You know that feeling when you just learned about a new word, song, or product, and suddenly it's everywhere? From social media to billboards, it's like the universe is conspiring to show you this one thing. This phenomenon is called the Baader-Meinhof effect. The Baader-Meinhof effect is a cognitive bias where we perceive a pattern or association between unrelated events or objects after being exposed to information about them. In other words, our brains are wired to recognize patterns, even if they're not actually there. This phenomenon was first observed by psychologist James Alcock in the 1970s. One famous example is when people start driving a new car and suddenly see the same make and model everywhere. So why does this happen? Research suggests that it's because our brains are constantly trying to make sense of the world around us. We're always looking for patterns and connections, even if they're not there. However, the Baader-Meinhof effect can also be misleading. For example, if we see a new restaurant advertised everywhere. So, how can we use this knowledge to improve our decision-making and relationships? We can also take a step back and ask ourselves if we're seeing patterns or associations that aren't actually there. In conclusion, the Baader-Meinhof effect is a fascinating example of how our brains work.